So I did have someone lined up, but yes, unfortunately yesterday they got a hold of me and canceled. So that kind of stinks on the last minute. So I am looking, and I will reach out to somebody. We had a wonderful experience actually. We were reached out to from downline. So they do all of Wade and Karen's bookings for their masterminds. And I thought, what a cool way to put that out to a few people, to have to go out and book a few people for our work, for our Zooms.
I'm just gonna. Sorry, you keep going.
But it makes you have to reach out to people in the community and get to know them and have to ask them. And I'm going to be absolutely honest. The person that was hopefully was originally lined up to be with us tonight backed out because she was absolutely terrified. She is right now killing it in this business. Like, again, she got another buyer today. I started welcome somebody else into the dream team, and she'd like message me, and she's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I am absolutely terrified. I cannot do it. She is she's 73 points.
Almost
She
68.
is yet to have started coaching herself. I didn't realize this. She, even on her upline Zoom, she doesn't even feel comfortable getting up and talking. So yeah, I was like, what? I never would have guessed that she was in this place where she was struggling so hard with being comfortable in front of other people on a camera. Yeah, so yeah, hopefully she works on some courage and we get her, because I was kind of disappointed. I wanted to know what she was doing. I mean, really, really well, and I get, obviously all of her ads are not video. So yeah, I was really excited to hear what she was doing that was working so well for her, but maybe next time. Yeah, so we thought it would be a good opportunity to come on and build an ad with you guys. So we have a couple of different videos ready, but I think we are going to be kind to you guys and go straight onto Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll build a Facebook ad with our video. We kind of wanted to talk a bit about the whole process of building that ad. So from the process of planning the content for the ad, and then into the process of building it, and then if Larry can do some videotaping on his own, going through and checking it later, and share that with you guys, whether he's decided to turn it off, change things, whatever we've done with it, so you can see what we do with it as it progresses, and when we're shutting things down and when we're keeping things going. I know that we have probably left things going too long and wasted money, and that's not something I want to see for any of you. So it's really something we want to even show the process of what we're doing with that in 2 days, right? Like, yeah, what we're doing with it, so that we're not, spending unnecessary budget where things just aren't working.
I can honestly say in Facebook, if I put an ad out, written or video, I do look at the link clicks if I see people are clicking the link or whatever, but I'm not getting any leads. I will sometimes try to change up maybe a headline or a photo or something like that. Second time out, if there's no leads, the write-up is gone. Or the video depending on what it is. Pretty quick if an ad is going to
do well.
Do well. Like it'll start getting out there pretty quick, and it'll start leading quite well. Now, on that note, just before Christmas, we had an ad that was doing very well. It was a written ad. Pulled in a couple hundred leads.
No buyers.
So,
and we've never had that experience where we brought in that amount of leads.
That amount of leads and buyers. So,
not on Facebook.
No. So on that note, just remember that maybe if the write-up's bringing in, maybe it's not the leads we're looking for.
Maybe they're not quality, and that was a learning experience for us. I mean, we've been doing this 4 years. That's the first time on Facebook that, like, normally we're like 50 leads to one buyer at our worst.
And it was a crazy, like, you hear it on the big masterminds all the time, people talking about $15 to $20 leads, and that's what they're getting. That ad, I think, was leading at around $4 a lead. So who knows? Maybe it was just attracting the wrong people.
Yeah.
Just a couple of things Kelly can kind of go over while I'm setting up, because we don't want to take all your time tonight.
No, but I'll start with, I do a lot of our content planning. So whether that's on our business page or in our ad content, often I do a lot of that planning. So I've been very diligent about making sure my business page looks like I own a digital marketing business. And I think that's something that we all need to be aware of as we're running through this. If somebody who didn't know you from anywhere opened your page, would they know that you run a business? And would they know what kind of business that was? Without, I mean, I get we don't have products, we don't have that kind of content we're sharing, but would they understand that you do something digitally and you use a computer and a cell phone to do that? And that's something I've been very conscious of. And I have been taking advantage of Mike and Darren's posts when I can. But I am even being a lot more conscious of the ad content I'm building in very similar manners. So again, when I'm building content, I often piggyback off of other people's stuff. I mean, in this world, it doesn't, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can use other people's stuff without copying it. So the ad that I came across was actually one of Chris and Karen's that had done well over the holiday season. It had put them on the leaderboard. So I thought, you know what, I really like the way that ad is structured. I'd like to do something similar. So literally as their ad played, I saved the link. In the background, I would kind of pause it and I would rewrite some information, like what could Larry say here? What could I say? And I went through their ad and built something that fit to us, that was a similar nature. And we really try to come off as fun. And it's hard sometimes when you're doing video and you feel like you're being stuffy and right. It's hard to come off. And I mean, some people like Chris and Karen are super natural at it. So they're a lot of fun to watch. And that's always the piece of inspiration I get from them that I try to reuse, what I was trying to reuse in this last ad that I worked through. So again, it's okay to use somebody else's content and piggyback on it and build upon it so it becomes your own. And especially if it's somebody that's in our community that's doing well. I unfortunately don't spend a lot of time on YouTube as a viewer, so I don't see Rick and Roxy's ads or George's ads on YouTube. I know this is where they do a lot of their in Dexter as well. A lot of their advertising is all on YouTube. Yeah. So we don't see, I see their Facebook content that they're posting on their pages, which is wonderful content. Their go lives, like the amount of effort they put into those pages is incredible. But I'm not seeing their adverts that they're paying for. So, right, again, if you are seeing their ads maybe on YouTube because you are a YouTube viewer, you know what, don't feel bad to save that link and try recreate that to be something of your own. I mean, if it's working for them and you can make that fit to you authentically, it might work for you. And it's okay to come up with new ideas and piggyback off of the other people. There's nothing wrong with that. So, but I think the main point is really going out of your way, whatever that content is, and planning it. We didn't read the script by any means, but doing 2 or 3 videos with it, we kind of found a natural rhythm where we are able to speak. And I don't feel like we're fake, and I don't feel like we're reading off of a script either. But definitely it gives you a little bit of confidence. You can read through it a few times. And because it is your story, it's not like you have to memorize it word for word. But I think it at least gives you some kind of structure so you don't feel so flustered when you go onto video. The other thing to talk about when doing video is being very conscious of your environment that you're in. So maybe having an area that is aesthetically pleasing to look at. So they talked about in the mastermind whether it was maybe a brick wall, it was somewhere outside, which in Alberta, goodness, Larry loves to try to do outside ads. We'd never have run an ad if we waited for the weather to be appropriate outside. So we often end up inside. But again, being conscious of your lighting. I didn't take a picture of the way we built our ad, and I should have when all the stuff was out. We have a big square light, but now, I mean, you can get big ring lights at Walmart for $29.99, and they have a cell phone holder in the center of them. So again, being conscious of your lighting. Again, when we did ours today, I made sure our lenses were cleaned, and we were using our lens, like the proper lens to our cameras, not in selfie mode. I mean, any of us that are holding on to fairly new cell phones, you have better cameras than, we have $1,000 Nikon. This is far better. And a lot easier to operate. So yes, make sure that you're using use those to your advantage. Be clear. I don't want you guys to not look yourselves by any means, because that you want to be yourself. But make sure that you've put a little effort maybe into your hair or whatever you're gonna do, right? I didn't do anything spectacular, but I mean, I don't normally wear makeup at home on any random day. I put a little on. What else?
Good lighting.
Good lighting. Good lighting is so important. I laughed. I posted that 10-year challenge picture. Everybody's like, you look so much younger in your 10-year one. Because I know about lighting, guys. My phone's sitting in the window. There's no filter on it, but my phone's in the window.
For us, pretty simple. I don't know if we could. Can you turn the computer? We just have one of the square lights. It was bought off of Amazon for. I think it was under $30. Might have been Wish, actually.
No, it was Amazon.
Amazon, Wish, whatever. Selfie sticks, nothing fancy. They open, turn them either way. This one, bought this Christmas for Kelly. The reason I got it is you can see he got the weird arms on it. A lot of times when you're outside,
where he'd like to be,
where I'd like to be, never get there. You could wrap the arms around tree limbs or branches or whatever, and you could actually use it outside. So that's why we got this one. Mind you, it's going back because it has a broken leg and we haven't even used it yet. So.
Anyways, there's all kinds of stuff like that out there. Again, even holding your phone if you're comfortable with a selfie stick. What else do we have to say in that regard? You know what? If you're somebody that feels like you're uncomfortable, somebody I've heard other people suggest is turn on a song you love and honestly dancing out hard for a couple minutes, getting all those good endorphins going, right? So you feel that you're pumped up a little bit physically, which gives you maybe a little bit more of a chippier appearance on camera because we're always so very, very, very nervous, and so are we. Please don't feel like we're not. I've had a little bit of, in the past, back in my teenage lands, I ran for our local pageant. Benefit of running in the local pageant, I got to take Toastmasters. It has been one of the things in my life by far that has helped me with public speaking. It is having that little bit of learning how to write a speech and give a speech. Yeah, I think that's really all on that end. Watching your ums and ands, and I know that's hard when you're uncomfortable.
It's really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly just tolerates me and lets me be there.
And I feel like with my scars, you'll see is very evident in some of this video, and I feel like my face is not even because of it, and you're right, I hate watching myself and hearing my own voice. But it's part of the business, and it's part of the growth, and I'm sure it's not as bad as I feel it is. I hope not. Don't tell me if it is.
I'm just going to kind of bang through the ad building. I won't get too involved in it. You guys saw that I did the lead. I label everything. So I know what it is. It's video ad one. With Facebook, remember you want the camera that way to run on Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is. If you're doing YouTube, do it the other way. Other than that, just know where your camera's being positioned. There is quite a bit of training. I wrote down some different training things. The Facebook advertising, I think there's a couple different ones.
Is that the guy that we met this summer on the September 29th one? That's really, really good. So Mike will remember him.
There's some really good content in the old masterminds. I got the dates here. I can put them in. Really
good if you've got an ad that's performing well and keeping on those insights and stuff like on your ad information. That September 29th one is really good on that.
Myself personally, it's only a $20 budget. If I'm going to run Canada, I actually break it out of the Canada zone there, and I actually put it in as every province and Inuit and all the rest of them. I'll just see how it goes. I probably won't run that many just to speed it up a little bit. Get in there.
Me and my little dog will get out of the way. Keep it tight that way.
I definitely always kind of recommend running the province that you're in because I think a lot of people just end up relating to you because you are from that province.
We find we use BC and Alberta because
of that.
Hey, Mary, if you're going to run all of Canada anyway, why do you break out and do it this way?
Sorry, you kind of broke up there, Sandy. Why do I break up Canada into all the different little provinces? Is that what you asked? Are you there, Sandy?
You said you usually run all of Canada. So if you run all of Canada, why break it up into doing each individual province and
I
territory and
don't
such?
I don't know why it is, but if I and I've done quite a bit of testing on this. If I run Canada and then I'll set the age limit and just perform the ad. Um, I've done it where I've tested the same ad in different categories. So like I'll do it that way, and then I'll break one up and do it where I broke all the provinces down in the Northwest Territories and all that sort of thing. If I break it down, it'll lead. If I leave it in Canada, and I don't know if it, because it's in Canada, that it's just too broad or what it is, but I can't seem to pull an algorithm out of it and get the leads out of it. So I don't know why that is. So if I do run all of Canada, I break it down into and I put everything back in it, so all of Canada, and I just find they lead better.
It also gives you better insights, right? Like, I mean, you can see which provinces are performing, and then you can start dropping provinces or whatever. Like,
I
potentially.
think in your insights, even on Canada, I think it still breaks down the provinces. Like you could go in there and you could see all the provinces. And like I say, it's a personal thing, so don't take it to stone on it, because it might work for you running Canada. And it's one of the things I find out a lot about this business is just because I run it this way, it might work better the other way for somebody else. It's kind of crazy. So I'm just gonna run these three this time. Um, just because my budget's $20, you can see my estimated audience size here is quite high. So I try to break that down quite a bit. I just kind of play with it until I can find a happy spot. I usually try to get a little bit less than 42 million or 4 million. Like I try to stay around 3 to 4 million kind of thing. And again, that's just a preference. Um, I notice now they have changed the demographics and stuff in Facebook. Before you would put in different things that you wanted for demographics. You'll watch my numbers drop really fast as I'm putting in demographics, but the more that I put in, my numbers will come back up. So I'm just going to use nurses as oh, I need to go RN. Register. I try to keep my interest kind of in the millions too. Like you don't want to be silly millions. I'll just make one as an example here. Like that 90 million to 106 million, I probably wouldn't try to get that. If you see it on the side, it's a little bit too big again. But you can break it down and take something else if something comes up in about the million category. I don't know if Farmer Wants a Wife, something I want on there, but you never know. Um, try those. Languages. When I was going through the Facebook training about a month or two ago there, the fella that I was following in languages, just because our ads are in English, so of course we're going to pick English all. You could pick French and do French Canada. Most people that speak French in Canada speak English too, but it'll just open up again that category. One of the ones he always uses is Filipino because again they speak English, and you could probably even do Spanish. I don't know if I do. Yeah, do all. So just remember, it's kind of just helping the algorithm pick different people. So you can or you can't. It doesn't really matter. It's just a preference. I do manual placements. Again, um, everything seems to be working on ours. Again, for me, I just find Facebook is the one that works for me. Usually, our videos are too long for stories. They don't fit in Instagram and stuff like that. So it just deletes them out anyways. I get rid of. Oh, actually, I want that. It's a video. Get rid of stories and reels because I think, yeah, the video is over 30 seconds long, so it's just gonna cut it out anyways. This is 15 seconds or less, so again, it's not gonna work. When I'm putting in my domain, I always grab it out of the top. So make sure that your landing page comes up, and then I click on it, and then I click on it again, and it'll give me the whole HTTPS part. Copy it, go back, and then put it in there. One of the things, like Kelly was saying, we don't see a lot. We saw Chris and Karen; they're definitely on Facebook. I saw Wade and Karen; they're definitely on Facebook. Sarah Kelly, I saw hers the other day on Facebook. Some of them are actually putting in a pretty good primary text here. Like it'll be a video ad, but it'll also be quite a bit of a written segment above it. So I'm gonna put something in there. I'll let Kelly decide on that. As you can see, we've done a ton of videos over the times, and this is only probably half of them, but trying to get an ad to work. All these ones are for YouTube. In Facebook, I only have one that actually worked. You can see we tried 3, but this one didn't turn out very good. We realized that it was a very good ad, except for I wasn't in it. So this is the only one that actually worked out.
Oh, the one with just Larry's arm, and it was so good.
Again, on a video. That's a good one, yeah. Spelling right? Actually, I use that as a headline. A lot of times you'll have stuff that's saved in here. I always put the sign up for a free web class or something like that, or a free web class twice a week. It comes up just down below it. Adding even though it's a video, you can have a picture in front of it if you want that option. It's going to take a little bit to upload here.
Hey, Larry.
Yeah.
The speller in me, it kind of drives me nuts. You don't have class spelt correctly. You need another S.
Oh, thank you.
You need a little ass to your class.
Oh, hey, good catch.
Yes, no, I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, I had caps lock on. Nice. I didn't notice that. Huh. Oh, I probably corrected it. I just grabbed the wrong one. Huh.
For primary text, you're going to put something in.
I know I haven't put anything there yet. Just to be different, I've been using the sign up button instead of the learn more. Really, we want them to sign up, so it's there. I'll just things filling in. Yeah, and watch for spelling errors too, please. Because there will be lots.
Yeah. You need a space between your need to.
Oh, thank you.
I was even giving you red squiggly line.
I was just looking at the words.
It's hard when he types with only 2 fingers.
2 fingers, so gotta bear with me.
To videotape this so people realize that anybody can do this.
Yeah, no kidding.
2 should be T-O, not T-O-O.
Thank you. Difficult.
catch it all.
Yes. Use what does that say?
Most, not most.
Most update.
Do is 2 words, bud.
Oh, okay, thank you. System.
It might.
And like it's not a bad headline, but Kelly's might be right. It might actually, you know how you get the little things where it says this post is discriminating. It's probably thinking that you're telling us that stupid people can do it. I guess I don't
know. And anytime I use the word anyone, I find it tends to be a flag word in the world of I don't know.
I find.
Did they hear our ad? Okay, so this Freedom 75 no more. In the ad, I joke about like that was our retirement plan was Freedom 75, and hopefully one of the kids lets us move into their basement. So it fits in with the conversation in the ad.
I know in here somewhere will allow us to change.
Larry, instead of saying anyone, say everyone.
Yeah, oh, I like
We'll
that.
try that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, good idea.
Or just say you.
No,
You is a bad one too.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they might get because then you're telling somebody they can do it, and then
Not
that's
everybody can do
not.
it. It's
See,
a
actually,
phrase.
Facebook is actually the one that's not very nice about it.
Yeah. And I find like I've used anyone in like the situation where this isn't for everyone, this isn't for anyone. And like it, yeah. Just sometimes Facebook's in their phrases. I actually saw a lady on TikTok that was kind of giving, and unfortunately it wasn't directed towards us as the advertisers. It was directed to those that were users. And she used to work for Facebook in their advertising department. And she was talking about like how Facebook listens, but it doesn't actually hear. But it really is that system that, you know, like the minute you Google looking for one thing or even clicking on a picture of something in someone's website, that information, of course, is gathered into their database system. And then, right, like, so that you are getting certain ads in your news feed. And she said, like, it's quite complicated in the back end, but that really is how it works, and it hears and sees what you're doing. It doesn't actually physically, like, you know, like if you say baby crib, baby crib, baby crib into your phone, baby cribs aren't going to end up in your news feed. But it said, like, even just clicking on that picture on someone's website of a baby crib, even if that's the only time you looked at whatever, that's going to be enough that you may end up with them in your newsfeed in Facebook through their advertising algorithm. And I wish there was more information for us as the advertisers. And I actually commented, but the creators never commented. I'm like, what about us that are advertisers? Do you have any good information for us? If you're going to give out all Facebook's dirty details, give them to me.
I haven't tried any of this stuff. This is all new to Facebook down here in the bottom. I don't know if anybody's paying attention, but show call extensions on your website, instant experience, Facebook event, and adding different languages. I haven't tried it, so maybe if you put in like Filipino, maybe the ad would come out in Filipino if it was a written ad. I don't know. Maybe it would translate it. I'm not really sure. I haven't tried it. This is all new. Actually, Facebook's changed quite a bit in the last couple of months in their ad setup a bit. This thing's taking a long time to download. Pull that up without losing everything? I don't know either. Yes. Dad, was it? I think it might have been this one. Here's the ad if you guys want to listen to it. Can you hear it? I don't think so.
No.
No. I'll put it in the group and then you guys, because for some reason when you're screen sharing it doesn't let the other people hear it. But I'll put it in the group. As you can see here, these two that are got the little red symbol in it. I don't know. It's just my preference. But I always go back. Facebook group feeds. I just eliminate them. Any questions about the ad setup? That's like I said, it's pretty simple. There's a few new things that I'd like to learn a little more about. I haven't seen it yet in the training, some of this stuff that's there. So, but you guys got to test it out or try it. Oh, I see a bunch. Okay. I'm just gonna hit publish. I will say one thing about Facebook lately. Uh, every ad has approved that I've done in the last little while, um, but not before I put it through a um, review. So if we get out of here, it's in draft. It'll take a couple minutes usually, and then it'll end up with an ad set error. Then I'll go and review it, and then usually 5 or 10 minutes later, the thing is up and running. We can come back and check on that. All right, we can bounce back and forth to check on it. So that's just a quick Facebook one. We did do 4 videos for YouTube tonight. I'm gonna build a YouTube one later on to try, and I wrote down a few things on YouTube. I'll put these in our group chat for tonight. I kind of was playing around.
No, I tried them on the book. They're right there.
Oh.
Wouldn't lose them.
Oh. So yeah, so YouTube, there's a few different people with different setups now well, actually, most of them are in masterminds. So I've labeled the masterminds that have all the different setups for, depending on the person, keywords, placements, and audiences, depending on which works best for a person. I know one of the fellows talks about, I think placements is one of the better budgets. So when the budget's smaller, placements is a good idea. Again, it's really just a lot of testing and stuff on that. But I will put in all the stuff that I got in there of masterminds and stuff with that they have them on. And then I noticed Brian or Shannon had put down there they're running the free sites, and absolutely. I mean, if you got time and you don't have an ad budget, get on the free sites and run ads. I know there's been K8 trifectas come into this business off the free sites. So don't feel like it's a bad place to advertise. It just happens to be the right person at the right time.
Yep, I'm
Hey,
good.
Larry, never mind time. It was so fast and so easy. Like it literally took me minutes to
Mhm.
get
And in
2, 3 ads up and running.
in
It was
that
so
case, I
easy.
mean, to not have them going if they're that easy for free.
Yeah, exactly. And like I say, I know for a fact we brought in K8 trifectas on free ads. So
Shannon, do you have the option of linking them back to your Facebook page as well?
I shut
Shannon?
myself off. Yeah, so you can link in all of them. Um,
Yeah,
one is free and 2 of them you have to pay for. And the 2 is one is Kijiji and I forget the name of the other one. But the other one is completely free. I was like, what?
that's
Let's
awesome.
do
And
this.
even to link them back to your Facebook page, to even increase your following, right? And you may catch them as a buyer off of just your Facebook content. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Vanessa,
Vanessa, it's in the training.
yeah, I I will list actually. I have it all down. It was site 19 in the training. Kijiji is just Canada. Global Free Classified is international. Go Local Classified is international. Buy and Sell Community is USA and Canada. Shannon, is that Buy and Sell Community Facebook?
Um, no,
I think so.
it's called
No,
Buy
no,
and
it's
Sell
not. Okay.
Community.
I was
Yeah,
I
and
know
there's
years ago that was a no-no, but
yeah, I'll just look it up while we're sitting here talking. The only one I'm having trouble with, oddly enough, I can't get a ad running for Love or Money, is Kijiji.
Really?
Yeah, and I've made 2 different Kijiji accounts, so I might use like because I had a Kijiji account before, like when I was selling cars.
yep.
So I might just go back, use that one, and then put up my 2 free ads. And yeah, with
Yeah.
Kijiji, I think it's 4.95 for 30 days or something to have your link in there. I mean, it's super
Yeah, and
easy, right?
I
LinkedIn,
couldn't get a
LinkedIn
Kijiji one to go either. I did all the free ones too, but Kijiji wouldn't go for me either. They just wouldn't take
wouldn't
it.
go in.
I
I
was
mean,
able to get a couple Kijijis up and running, but I used a lot of the same wording that's on my landing page in my ad itself. So I don't know if that's what made it go, because I have had a couple other times where they haven't gone, but lately I've been having no problems getting them to run at all.
And are you doing longer or shorter ones, Sandy?
I have one shorter one and another one that's quite a bit longer, and I'm putting a lot of pictures in it. I haven't had much results from it, but
Yeah.
um, I've got that going.
Yeah,
and
so
LinkedIn, isn't the LinkedIn ad helper $100 a year as well? Am I right on that price?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so that's another one to look at for a very low cost of advertising for the year.
And especially if you're already busy on LinkedIn and
Yeah, and
have a
active on it.
following.
And again, a very professional place, right? So, I mean, you would definitely just be sharing that you own an online business.
Mhm.
yeah.
Not, yeah.
And the one that I really liked was called Go Local Classified. So it is, you're right, Larry, it's on tab 19 and it says free advertising sites. I mean, you watch the videos, each one is maybe 2, 3 minutes long. I think the longest one is 7 minutes.
Oh
But
wow.
they're so easy to follow, like click, 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 and you're done. Like, and I saved all of my copy from like the past couple of years of my ads, so I just Took some, tweaked it, copy paste, done. Threw in some pictures, threw in our landing page, and we're rolling.
Yep.
Nice.
Like it was so fast, so easy.
All right. And I guess maybe put out that if anybody has any questions about ads or wants us to sit down while you build an ad and go through it with you,
Absolutely.
or even to go over one that's been built for, been running for a bit, let us know. We don't mind hopping on and taking a peek with you like this, where you share your screen and we can see what's going on.
I'm pretty good again with Facebook on telling on their doing okay or if it's performing or how I would follow an ad anyways.
We just have 4 years of experience.
Yeah, where Kijiji, or not Kijiji, YouTube and Google,
We're new
to it. So it's learning their metrics, I guess, really is what it is until you know what's actually clicking and working and so forth.
Yeah, I don't think we're going anywhere tomorrow. I think we're just going to sit down and build YouTube ads.
That, thousands.
I think you got it all.
I might have gotten it all.
I think you did. I think we
So-
chatted a lot. Considering I was hoping not to have to talk at all, we did
I'm
pretty
just
good.
going to go peek for a second here and just see if that ad.
It's going. In review.
Still in review.
It's better than
Still in review. So.
definitely better than it being rejected already.
So yeah, just one of the big things, especially with Facebook. I know Kelly went all over it, so
Yep.
keep busy, keep active on your
Yes,
page.
and the other thing again, I had mentioned that I was really trying to find things where I'm accountable for something. So I've been really very good about, on Mondays coming in, I check my followers on all of my platforms, and we're not increasing greatly, but every week they're increasing. And whatever that is, make sure you're being accountable for whatever those goals that you're setting, that you've set just a few short weeks ago. And keep up with those good, healthy habits that you've created and brought back into your life. And I'm excited to see the increase in all of you guys as we went into a brand new year. I think everyone's all fired up and ready to go, and I love seeing
Absolutely.
it. From go live challenges to seeing your posts more, and yeah, it makes my heart happy. And I hope that we can help keep you guys motivated as we keep ourselves motivated.
I just got
A thing. Oh, you got to pick your winner.
Before everybody takes off, I've got a couple things to add if I could.
Sure, go ahead. Yes.
So at Christmas time, I had shut down all of my Google ads, because kids are also expensive. Probably about as long term, about as expensive as weddings. But I had just paused my ads because I was going to fire them back up, but I had minimized everything. I hidden all the ads. I went back in beginning of December, and they weren't all there. So I thought, I just couldn't see them. So I started creating another ad, and I got shut down. Google shut down my Google account for policy. I can't remember what the wording was, but it was policy infraction. It was a policy infraction, and I am totally cannoned from Google. The only thing I can figure out is in the training part. One of the last lines in the Google training is to open a second account on Google and have it ready there in case you get shut down. Be very careful. You don't go into that second account and make an ad while you have active ads in your main account. That is the only thing that I can figure out I did, is that I started an ad in that second account with my other account because I opened that account accidentally somehow and made an ad in there and started it running, and 3 days later they locked me out of both accounts. Now, the only way that I can run a Google ad now is if I start a new landing page from everything in Google Chats that I have read from people because this happened to like a dozen people so far that I've seen on the Google Chat. Like there's a lot of people it's happened to, but that's the only thing that I can think of that I did differently is that I put an ad in that secondary account accidentally. And there's nobody at Google that will take a call to explain what I did. So it's either there's zero there are no humans at Google.
So even if you created like an account under Tanya's name because that lander's been flagged, that's what they'll
It's linked to the shutdown is linked to the landing page. So if I opened up a new account with a different email, it's still tied to the landing page, and that one will be shut down.
Yeah,
That's
we've all been in that. There's been a few of us. Mike's here. We're here. There's a few of us that have several landing pages. Facebook likes to flag.
Oh yeah,
them too.
yeah. So that's the thing, and then also that was the first one. Another thing, watch what you post on your personal page because Facebook watches that and will lock out everything on Facebook if they don't like what you did that. I posted a funny little joke, what I thought was a funny little joke. Facebook didn't like it and locked me out for 30 days. They locked out go lives, they locked out advertising, and put all my posts down to the bottom of the page so that nobody could see them for 30 days. I have 2 days and I'm out of jail.
Just
2 more days and I'm out of jail. So.
Don't go political right now.
Oh, our son is, Jaden? Is he out now?
Oh, Jaden's probably always
Jaden's been in and out of Facebook jail, but he just gets himself into trouble.
But we got a newcomer who's coming into the business, and we had a little chat over the phone, and he decided to make fun of his prime minister.
Oh, yeah.
And he got 30 days real fast.
Uh-huh.
And it don't matter what country you're in.
It's in the UK.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
there's one more quick thing.
Okay.
I saw your message, Andre, about your Go Live challenge on the Dream Team thing, and I was waiting for it to get the notification on my phone, but it didn't come up. So I looked at I went to your page on Facebook. Facebook made a change. If you like the page, you don't necessarily get notifications anymore. You have to go in there, click the drop down on your page, and they added a new setting on there in the follow settings, and you have to actually go in and choose what follow settings you want. You can choose whether you get all of the notifications from the website or some of them, and you can choose go lives, you can choose videos, you can choose posts. So so if you're waiting for specific notifications to come through from somebody, you actually have to go to their page first and select the notification settings. I learned that today just before the meeting.
That's a good tip.
You're back on, Andre. I'll see you tomorrow.
That's good. Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I have. No more. I'm shutting off now.
Thank you for sharing. And be sure, nice to see you.
And you're the winner this week.
You are. Congratulations. Send me your email that you use Audible on.
Okay, sounds good.
One other little tip I was gonna, and I see she disappeared already. You got ads running. Make sure you guys are watching for comments on your ads, and you're responding to them fast.
Yes.
Like right away. Like within a half a day or something. Like don't let them dingle there for a week,
4 or 5 days, and no response, even if it's just
right.
a cute comment somebody's made on your ad that it's
even if it's that. And I notice. Yes. Oh, go ahead.
Can I say not just your ads? You need to do that on Facebook as well because those two things are linked so tightly together that if you're not, you're posting on your page. And you wait like even 2 or 3 hours, like Facebook honestly doesn't like that either. And they help put your ad out if you're a lot better at responding on your posts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the other thing is remembering to invite all of those people that like your ad
Yes.
to your page as well. So if you go in there, you could, anybody that's like you, make sure you're inviting them to your page. The other thing to do as well, when you're every once in a while you've gathered some new Facebook friends, go on to your business page and make sure you've invited all those new friends that you've become friends with on your personal account over to your business page.
Can you hear Val or no? Val, can you hear us? I don't know. She had a weird looking microphone there for a minute. Had a line through it, but I clicked on it and it went to red like everybody else's.
Because I can't hear anything.
That's weird.
Can anybody else?
Anybody else having issues here?
Nope.
But yeah, that's one thing. And if a person does want a little bit of social proof on your ad, I see it once in a while, like Karen and Chris McCollum's ad the other day, doing very well. A few people went in there, made a few comments at the top of their ad. I wouldn't say put it out to 20 people in the group or whatever to put a message. Just kind of single out one or two people and go, hey, can you put a little comment on my ad, and then let it go. And it just puts a little bit of social proof in there for people to start commenting on stuff. So it's your choice. A lot of times we don't put any social proof on them and they just kind of take off. It's that first person. Once that one person says more info or asks for something, then the thing seems to take off. But
Never wants to be the first guy.
nobody wants to be the first guy. So
We are well into an hour, and I don't think I have
are we?
anything else to.
no, I think I'm
Right.
good. Any questions, anything before we shut her down?
Larry, I had made a second post on Facebook. I had made a post. I had actually copied one of Mike and Darren's and made a Facebook post, and I got a message back from Facebook saying that I broke policies again because I'm posting a job. And then I went, but I'm not. And like Mike and Darren use it, I changed it up a bit to make it seem personal for me. And so then I messaged them, Mike and Darren, and I said, like, how come you guys posted this and everything's cool, and I posted and I get my second violation? And they said, well, send in a review. So I sent in a review saying, like, I never posted this as a job posting. I'm not offering a job. And explained myself a bit more. And then, but I heard nothing, like nothing. So I think I'm still flagged as being a bad girl because this is my second violation. So like I don't know what to do.
Yes. I said I love that they responded back to you too.
I got the same thing. I put up one of their ads or put up one of their posts, and I got the same thing, the warning.
I wonder if it's because it's a multiple post that Facebook's seeing come from so many people. Because I've done it.
Either that, or if you have, and do take the time to go through your friends list and see if there's anybody that shouldn't be in there, and if somebody spams it, that'll hit Facebook real quick.
And you got any Karens in your friends list? Yeah.
So just be careful, because sometimes there's people in our that have maybe left the business that aren't quite happy.
Yeah. So do keep an eye on that too. I mean, I know that I have people that are no longer involved in the business, and I mean, I'm very fortunate. None of them have sour tastes over it, but I'm sure there's some out there. So yeah, just be conscious of who's in your friends list. Definitely.
I know it's a big one. We're trying to do a cleanup in the Dream Team. Kelly and I haven't done our video ad, but they've asked all the coaches to go in and try to hammer out the truth of all these people trying to come in and steal buyers for spirulina and
on passive. I mean, ourselves. We watched Justin and Joanna.
It's over 2 years now. Still hasn't launched.
Nothing's happened.
So,
Nothing's happened with it. Like, it just breaks my heart. I saw it, and I hate to put this out there. I saw some stuff on RJ's account, but I see it's been removed. Mike, do you know anything?
But I'm just wondering, like, if you send in a review to Facebook, should you not get some kind of reply back? Like, I got nothing. So I'm just kind of sitting
how long?
going, so what did you post?
How
Like,
long has it
why is
been,
it so
Val?
bad?
How long has
Because
it
it
been?
was a job posting. Like, I went back to my post and I noticed on the bottom, work available or something. And I thought, I never put that on there. Like, it was totally bizarre. I'm like, why was that on my posting? I never put it on there. I never posted it as a job. They said I posted it as a job, but I never did. I just made a post.
So I'm gonna maybe make a suggestion as well. I was actually just on the phone with Jelly Rogers just before I hopped onto this meeting. Just chit-chatting about some stuff, and we were talking about posts because I said I'm not running ads right now, and I'm just doing all the free stuff. And she said, well, make sure you're keeping up your Facebook page, yada yada. And I said, I am. And she said, me too, and I'm using some of Mike and Darren's stuff because it's good. She said, just be careful because a lot of people are getting flagged because they do a post and then you've got 1,000 other people doing the
Sharing that exact
same
same
freaking post. Then you guys make it spammy. Wait a day. Make it as a scheduled post or a pre-planned post and do it a week later, do it 4 days later, do it 7 days later. Don't do it that same freaking day. You guys are just putting yourself in heat. So, and change it. Change a lot more of it. Change the emojis, change the picture, change the title of it. You got to do a little bit more than just copy
Copy and
paste
paste.
and maybe a picture. Because this they look at words too, right? They're not just looking at pictures. So you guys are making yourself look spammy without even
And
realizing.
Shannon, and often everybody's using the exact same picture too. Right? So it's very easy to see how it's being flagged.
And there's a lot of people out there that use just their whole post. Don't do that.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I'm huge on doing all the pre-planned posts right now. Like I spend a couple hours for about 2 days and I do a month's worth of posts. And I go through their page because yeah, they put out some great content, but I change, like I said, lots of words. I'm deleting emojis, I'm putting in emojis, I'm really making it mine. I'm changing out a completely different picture, like that has nothing to do with them, so you can't tie them together. And I'm definitely not doing it the same day. So a lot of the times it's 7, 8, 9, 10 days later that I'm using their post, right? Some of them is a month later. So you'll keep
And
yourself out of hot water.
and them as the leaders of the group, they are hammered. So just remember, if there's anybody hitting anybody, they get more. They're in the ban and block more times with hacked accounts and you name it. Like it just. I think they fight pretty hard to keep a Facebook account going.
Yeah.
But how long ago was it, Val? How long has it been since you messaged Facebook? Just curious.
Well, I've been here a week, so a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, you should have heard something by now, but yeah, just delete it and change it up if you're going to use one of their things, because they do some really cool stuff.
They do.
It is kind of neat, but just be careful. Be careful with it.
Right.
I kind of lost